I paid $30,000 to work with my mentor, Nehemiah Davis. Now, in this video, I'm going to let you know some things that I learned from a $30,000 mastermind that you can apply to your business. Why should that be important to you? Well, if you're thinking about getting into business, online business, you're thinking about making more money, or you're afraid to invest in yourself, I'm going to show you the exact things that I learned in this mentorship that helped me make multiple six figures in my business online while I sleep. Now, this is something that you don't want to miss, especially if you are serious about taking your life to another level. Let's talk about it. You ready to make money online? Like, share, subscribe. Let's get straight to the point. Now, when I first started making money online, or trying to make money online, I struggled for a long time. I couldn't figure out why people were buying from everybody else, but it seemed like they wasn't buying from me. I didn't know what to do, so every day I literally, just to make it feel like I was doing something every day, what I would do is I would get up and take some action. Because, you hear everybody saying you got to take action if you want to take your life to another level, right? So I would just wake up and just take any action. I didn't have a plan. I didn't have anything. I literally just took action every single day. Now, when you're just taking action, but it's the wrong action, then what kind of results can you get? You really can't get the results that you want, right? So I had heard about this guy, Nehemiah Davis. If you've probably seen Nehemiah Davis all online. If you don't know who Nehemiah Davis is, this is who Nehemiah Davis is right here. Somewhere on this video right now, I'm showing you who Nehemiah Davis is. Very, very, very dope brother. He hangs around a lot of great people. And so I found out that he was having a conference in Atlanta, right? I had never been to Atlanta. So I said, okay, well, let me get to Atlanta and let me see what this is all about. Now, the tickets to get to Atlanta, I had to buy a hotel. I had to get the ticket to get inside of the event. And the whole time I'm thinking, right? I'm nervous. I'm kind of nervous because I'm thinking like, okay, I already know, I'm going to meet some great people. I already know I'm going to meet some great people, but I also know that they are going to try to sell me something. Now, here I am in a situation where I'm not making the money that I want to make. I'm not living the way I want to live. And here I am questioning what's going to happen before I even get there. Which brings me to my first lesson in this video. You can't listen to yourself all the time. I was almost a second away from stopping myself from going to the conference because of the negative thoughts that I had about the conference before I went. That's not something you want to do. Now let me continue. So I booked the flights, I book everything, I'm on the flight on my way there and I'm feeling good. I had no intentions to invest any money. No intentions. I knew they were going to be selling something. Myron Golden was going to be there. Him 500. Who else? It was some other key people, that would be there, right? So I'm just going in my mind. I'm thinking, hey, I'm just going to go meet people, shake some hands, network with some people, and I'm going to rub elbows and get some phone numbers, connect with people, and come back and, just see exactly what I can learn. That was my plan, right? So I get there. Soon as I walk in the event, the thing I love about Nehemiah Davis is he goes overboard. Like, he goes overboard. Everything was first class. Like, the tickets to get in the event, first class. Like, I had VIP, so everything was first class. Like, literally everything was laid out. Soon as you walk inside the event, he had these people dancing. You know what I'm saying? They dancing. It was like a party, right? So they made me feel good walking in. So I walk inside the conference, and my first thought, I'm brand new to this. I'm going to find a seat way in the back, right? Way in the back. Now, which brings me to my second lesson in this video. Sit in the front. sit in the front. You don't want to sit way in the back, because just sit in the front. Trust me. Sit in the front. So I'm sitting way in the back, literally the back. My back is, I'm in the last chair in the back of the auditorium, right? So I'm sitting there, I'm by myself at the time. And then, a couple people walk in. They walk in, I introduce myself to a couple people, find out, hey, what do you do? Hey, what do you do? Okay, everything is good, right? So, first day, Nehemiah gets up and he speaks, and it's crazy. Like, his speech is crazy, right? So I'm sitting there, I'm loving it, I'm enjoying myself, everything is good. And then, if you've ever been to a conference, the next speaker comes up, everybody's directing people to the back table, because every speaker has something that they're selling, right? So they direct people to the back table, right? Sometimes I go back there just to check and see what's going on, but I'm still not really led to really invest anything yet, right? Let me show you how to make money online like this. Now, if you want to make your first $500 online, and I'm going to show you for absolutely free, click the link in the description and I'll show you how to make your first $500 online while you sleep, even if you just started today. I'll see you there. So that day comes, right? That day comes, Nehemiah's back up and he's speaking. And what I'm gonna tell you what got me, like, when I knew, like, okay, I have to do this, right? He was slick with it, real slick. So at the front, they had these people that all had like jackets on, right? They all had the same jacket, and the jackets were clean, right? So I'm sitting way in the back and I'm looking, I'm like, dang, how did those people get those jackets? And why do all of them have the same jacket on? So he introduces those people as the people that was in his mastermind, right? So he asked some of the people to come up and speak. One guy comes up, he talks about how he was in debt, joined Nehemiah's mastermind, and he made like $100,000 within a month, right? So, mentally noted. A young lady walk up, she's talking about how she made her first $1 million after working with Nehemiah. Mentally noted. Another person gets up there, they're talking about how they made the money. This person made 30K, this person made 15K, this person made 100K in an hour. Then somebody comes up, says they made $1 million in a day. So now, after all these mental notes, my antennas is, I'm like, okay, what do all these people know that I don't know right now? What do they know, right? And I'm going to tell you exactly some of the things that I learned. I can't tell you everything because it's a lot that I learned, but you're going to leave this video with some practical information that you can apply to your business right now. Now, so I'm looking at all of these people and I'm like, gosh, all of these people are doing it, right? Here I am in the back. I'm not upset. I'm happy, but I'm trying to figure out in my mind, how can I get in that group? They know something that I don't know, and I have to learn what they know that I don't know, right? So I'm sitting there and I'm seeing all of these people, like you couldn't even touch them. Like, now they had a break and I walked up to the front during the break and I shook hands with a couple of those people, and every single person had this air about them that like they weren't worried about anything. Everybody was so nice. Everybody shook my hand and they all offered great advice. So the break is over. Nehemiah comes back on stage and there he goes. He makes the offer. If you want to join my mastermind, go to the back table right now and check out my mastermind. Everybody at the back table will take care of you. So nervous, right? Nervous. So which brings me to my next point. It's okay to be nervous to invest in yourself. It's okay. But what I had to do was I had to think about my current state. I had to think about where I was at that moment. I wasn't happy. Now, you can either be afraid to invest or you can be afraid to live the same way. Pick your afraid. But either way, you're going to be afraid, right? I was afraid to stay the same way. I was afraid to invest too, but I was more afraid to go back home, making the same money, doing the same thing. So I went to the back table. As I'm walking to the back table, my knees shaking, right? Knees shaking, right? And I'm like, I don't know how much they're going to tell me. I'm expecting in my mind, I know it's 500,000, right? I just know it, right? So I go to the back table. I'll never forget. It was this dude named Ed back there. Shout out to Ed if you watch this video. So I go and I talk to Ed, right? And I ask Ed, I'm like, okay, so, I'm interested in joining the mentorship, the mastermind. How much is this going to cost, right? And Ed tells me, he looks at me straight in the face. He was shorter than me, right? But he looked at me straight in the face, didn't budge, didn't crack a smile. He said $30,000. Now my knees went like, oh damn, like 30,000? Like, are you serious? Like, now I knew it was going to cost something. I knew it was going to cost something, but I didn't expect 30 grand. Like I did expect 30 grand. I expected more actually. So, but 30 grand, I'm like, oh my gosh, like 30 grand. Now that brings me to my next point. When you're right at the point getting ready, see, and this is the reason why I'm making this video, is because I felt like you right before you were. Have you ever been in a situation where you wanted to invest in yourself and you're right there looking at the link to press purchase, and for whatever reason you back out? I was at a point where I wanted to disappear. I wanted to turn around after he said that 30 grand and go back to my seat, right? In fact, after he told me the 30 grand, I went back and sat down because I was like, there's no way I'm going to spend 30 grand right now. There's just no way. Went back to the conference. As I'm listening more, my mind is constantly telling me, like, you got to do something. You didn't come all the way out here to go back doing the same thing with a bunch of notes that you don't know what to do anything with. You got notes. I got pages of notes, but I don't know how to apply nothing that I've learned. Nothing, right? Because I didn't have that experience. So I go and I'm sitting back in my chair. I'm going from here to here, right? From here to here. I'm looking at the people, I'm looking at everybody, and I'm starting to see myself down there, right? Another break comes, and I spot this one brother, man. I go up to him, I have a conversation with him, and I'm telling him, like, man, I really would love to join this mastermind, man. Like, I would really love to do it. And he was like, so what are you waiting on? Looked at me with a serious face. What are you waiting on? Well, I mean, I don't know if it's going to work for me, man. And he looked at me. He had no clue who I was. He looked right at me and was like, you BSing, man. You ain't serious, man. Go and talk to somebody, that wants to hear that. Now, at first, I'm like, who this dude think he is talking to me like that? Like, you don't know me. And then I'm thinking, like, calm down. He's making more money than me. He didn't tell me that because he wanted to get in my face. He didn't tell me that because he wanted to say something negative to me, which brings me to my next point. Attitude can mess up everything for you. It can mess up I had a choice. In that moment, I could have gotten his face. I could have made a ruckus and made a scene, but I probably would have got kicked out of there. So I accept his challenge, right? I turn around and I walk away. I was a little upset, I'm not going to lie, but I'm just sitting back and I'm playing in his mind like, you're not serious, you're not serious, you're not serious. So I get back up. I go find Ed, right? So now Ed is looking at me like, what's up, man? I mean, so what you going to do, bro? So now, this is the first time that I found out that, you couldn't just spend money out of your bank. Like, you're not just going to pay $30,000 out of your bank, right? I had to call my bank. Well, first, before that happened, I asked Ed. I'm like, okay, Ed, look, obviously $30,000 is a lot of money. I'm not trying to put down $30,000. Now, here's the funny thing. I had the $30,000 in the bank, though. I had it in the bank. And that's another story. I'll tell you how I got that another time, right? So I had the money in the bank, but I just didn't want to spend it. I didn't want to spend it, right? So he was like, okay, listen, you put down 10K today, and you can make a payment plan on the remaining. So I'm like, 10K, that's still a lot of money, bro. That's still a lot of money, right? So I'm like, okay, let me call my bank, right? I call my bank and I let them know, okay, look, I want you to increase the amount to 10,000. I'm about to make a purchase. And they said, okay. Now, before you think I'm contradicting myself, before I got there, I had some money, I had some money. I had actually got a loan, a business loan, right? So that's how I got the money, but I wasn't making any money. So I didn't make that money. I had that money though, right? So I'm sitting there. I take my card out. Now my hand is shaking, right? I'm like, here you go, bro, run it. He ran it. The 10K went through. And now I was locked in. I went back to my seat. And I'm just asking myself over and over, what did you just do, man? What did you just do? Did you make the right choice? What if this doesn't work? What if it doesn't work? Like what? I'm going through all of these emotions, right? I couldn't even enjoy the remaining speakers because all I could think about was, I just paid $10,000 and I don't even know what I'm going to get. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, they actually gave me a bag with some information and, some stuff in it. And then they had a dinner after for all of the people that joined the mastermind. So I go to the dinner, I got a chance to mingle with some of the people. Everything was great, right? And so I made that investment, paid it off. And then, what I discovered is, they put me in a Facebook group, and inside the Facebook group, I'm seeing people say things like, hey, I just made 10,000 today. Hey, I just made 30,000 today. Hey, I just made 50,000 today. So my mind is going crazy. I'm like, wow, I've never been around this type of situation. Right? So, I'm going through the, he had classes every single week. We're learning a new topic every single week. And now it brings me to the first thing that I learned when I got there. The first thing that I learned that Nehemiah and his group, one thing that Nehemiah taught the group was to go for the high ticket sale. Now, I wasn't selling that much. I had a few websites up. I had made some money, but not enough money, and this is my first time talking about or hearing about high ticket sales, right? That's how people were making 30,000, 20,000, 40,000. They were charging 5 to 10,000 per package, right? So I'm like, dang, how could I come up with that, right? What do I have to do, right? So I'm learning, educating myself, going back and forth. And, then he starts to talk about funnels. So this is my first time ever hearing about a funnel, what a funnel is. And let me show you exactly what I learned and how my first funnel made me money. Let me show you right now. Now, this is your introduction to making money while you sleep. And this is why this is why I invest in myself over and over. Right? So what I learned about funnels is you can make a $27 offer to someone, and then they have something called an order bump. An order bump is basically, you know how you go to McDonald's and they say, let's say you order a burger, and the first thing they ask you is, would you like fries with that? Right? So I learned from Nehemiah, you start with a low ticket price, you add an order bump. Literally, the order bump can be anywhere from 10 to maybe 15 more dollars. So imagine this. You have a $27 offer, an order bump, which takes you to another product that is literally a button that they can click. It's something that's valuable. It's something that will help them. Now, I did this in the music field, teaching music producers how to put their music on TV. So I got this funnel created. And what I didn't know, though, is you literally make someone a $27 offer. Then they go to an order bump. Then after they put their credit card information in and they pay, instead of sending them to a place to download, you take them to another offer for $47. And then you take them to another offer for $97 or $27 or $37. Then you take them to another offer, and then another offer, and then another offer, and then another offer, and then they're done. right? Now, I did not understand this when I first started. I didn't get it. But what I discovered is everybody that comes through your funnel, they're not going to pay for every single product. Some people will just pay for the $27 and leave, right? But some people will pay for the $27 and the order bump and leave. Some people will pay for the $27, the order bump, and the full product, and then they'll leave. Some people came in and they bought every single product, right? So I'm sitting back and I'm making all of this money because people are deciding what products they want to buy without me being there in their face, right? Now let me show you. This was the first page that I created. As you see, this is a $27 offer. Now, when they click this button, they go to a checkout page where they put their credit card information in. Once they put their credit card information in, they have a button down there that says, would you like to add fries to your burger? Not literally, but here I gave them like a mini course, and I asked them, hey, would you like to know how to make music that'll get put on TV or how to get put on movies? And, I charge like an extra $10. So I noticed most of the people that came through the funnel, they were paying $27 and then they were ordering the order bump. So I instantly, instead of making $27, I would make $37, right? After they went through that process, I took them to another offer, right? And as you can see, I put together a special offer for you. And this one now was $47. Now, everybody didn't pick the $47 offer, but a lot of people did. Basically, what I did is I said, do you want the mini course for $27, the order bump for $10, and do you want access to the full course for an extra $47? So some people were like, well, yes, I want the mini and I want the full. I want the full thing. They bought that. After they clicked on, now as you can see, they have a choice. They can say no thanks, and regardless of what happens, when they click no thanks, they're going to go to the next offer, right? But if they click this, they're still going to go to the next offer, but it's going to add $47 onto the 27 and the 10 that they added. After they go through this, I'll take them to another offer, right? Now this offer here was $29. So now I've taken them through a $27 offer, a $10 offer, a $47 offer, and a $29 offer. While I'm sitting at home, sleep. They're going through my ecosystem. Now follow me. After the $29 offer, I'll take them to, guess what? Another offer, right? Now this offer is $17, right? After that offer, I'll take them to, you guessed it, another offer. And now this offer is $37. Then I'll take them to the final offer, which is another $9. So I literally went from people being able to pay me $27 to people being able to pay me up to $150, or I think it was like $250 or something like that. And I had people doing every step. So, which brings me to my next point. If I hadn't invested that $30,000, I wouldn't know anything about this. I wouldn't know anything about this. I would still be stuck out there trying to figure out how to make money online. So that's what brings me to the next point. Just like you, if you're afraid to invest in yourself, I was scared too. I was afraid too. I was worried it wouldn't work for me also. But guess what? What if it does work? And it did. I was able to leave with this knowledge that now I have the knowledge to be able to create multiple funnels if I want to be able to create them. Because I have the knowledge, I have the game, right? To be able to do it. Now, the next thing that Nehemiah taught me, because I wanted some of the high ticket money. Now I'm making money online. Everything is going good. But now I want some of the high ticket money. So he told me about this thing called a 5-day challenge, right? Now I'm not going to break down the whole 5-day challenge here. But the 5-day challenge is basically when you start a business, you basically bring people in on a Zoom call for 5 days. There's a specific way that you set everything up, and there's a specific way that you do it. This will be a 5-hour video if I went into it, so I'm not going to break that down. But the point is, you teach people how to do something for 5 days. After the 5th day, you make them an offer. I only had, I think, like 7 or 8 people on this 5-day mastermind. Now, I'm in the group and they're getting thousands of people on here. I was frustrated because I only had I only had that many people there, right? So I get those people there, and I make an offer on the 5th day. To my surprise, I made like $35,000. Exactly. Now I'm like, wow, this is real. This is real, right? So after that, and what's crazy is I never ran that play again. I don't know why. I mean, really for me, I really didn't like doing it for 5 days. I mean, it was 30. I made the money and it was great, but I really didn't like doing it for 5 days. But I'm going to do that play again. Why? Because it worked. I've always made this mistake in my life where when something works, I always skip off and go and try something else. Why? Because it's stupid. It's dumb to do that. If you're like that, stop doing that. When something works, you double down on it. You keep doing it. That's what successful people are doing. That's what we are doing. We are literally finding something that works and we continue to do it. We don't change up and try to find the next shiny object that looks easier. Why? It's a shocker to me that even to this day, I only ran that play one time and I made the most money in a day that I've ever made in one day. So that is like 2 of the things that I learned in the mastermind: how to set up funnels, how to create multiple offers, how to get an order bump, and next, how to do a 5-day challenge, right? Now, let me show you some of the money that I've been able to make in a day, as well as some of the things that I've been able to do being a part of this mastermind with Nehemiah Davis. Okay, so I want to show you some of the things that happened, as a reflection of me joining Nehemiah's mastermind, right? First, here's the picture right after I joined the mastermind. Me and Nehemiah took a picture together, and this was just revolutionary to me because I had spent so many years I don't want to say years. No, I had spent so many years watching this brother online, right? And I had told myself I'm going to work with him one day. I don't know how. I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know when it's going to happen, but I'm going to work with him one day. And this was the day, right? And I'm super proud of myself, right? I'm super proud of myself because I said I was going to do it and I did it. And, even when I look at this, it just makes me proud, man. So here's a video here where he called me a legend. This is right after I told him that I had made I had told him that I made 20,000 at this time, but someone else came back from the same 5-day challenge that I did and paid me more. So I want to show you him calling me a legend. Like, this is something I'll never forget.
25%.
That's the guy right there that made $1 million in a day. Just so you know.
25, yeah, bro. That's strong. Like, if you're able to close 25%. You're a legend, bro. So congrats, legend. I'll say that.
Thank you. Yes, sir. I received it. Yes, sir.
Keep going. The only thing you got to do now is...
And see, he called me a legend, man. This is Nehemiah Davis calling me a legend? Come on, man. This is him calling me a legend, right? So that was one thing that happened. Now, that first year after working with Nehemiah, I had made my first 6 figures online. My first 6 figures online, and 6 figures is 100,000. I did 174,000 that year. So when I talk, I know what I'm talking about. I'm not just sitting here talking, just blowing smoke. Listen, I know what I'm talking about, right? And these are the things that I did, right? So here's more, screenshot of me making almost $1,000 at that time. That wasn't in a full day. I'm just going to show you a few. That's the same screenshot. I'm just going to show you a few more. This is when I made $5,100 in one day, right? $5,000 in one day. $5,100 in I think that's the same screenshot too. Another $2,000 in a day, right? This is after working with Nehemiah. $2,500 in a day, right? This is all after working with Nehemiah, right? And I don't know what this is. Let me see what this is. Oh, this is when we went to a mastermind. I had never went snorkeling before in my life, right? And I was able to go snorkeling with Nehemiah and his team.
Okay.
What the hell? Did I get both up here too?
On this side?
This was me snorkeling. Like, I had all types of experiences with these people, right? And this was a time me and my beautiful, beautiful wife went to Mexico. This was one of Nehemiah's masterminds. You know, we went to Mexico, had a great time. You know, let's see what this is. Okay, this is outside of the conference right after I paid the money, right? This is when I was talking to Ed. But I'm not talking to Ed on this video, but this is when I took a picture of all of the cars that was outside of the conference.
Come on, him, you killing, man.
That's him 500's car.
Y'all killing, man. Hey, out here in Atlanta, man, we're on some bosses, man.
I mean, it was just Rolls Royces, Bentleys, just... I had never seen anything like this.
Killing, boy. I'll be in one of them, man.
I had never seen anything like that, right? Now, let me see what this is. Now, here's me, my first time going, what is this called? What is this called? What do they call this? I don't know. Zip lining, right? I was scared as hell. Scared as hell. And I'm going to play it. So, the people that you hear talking, they were holding my camera. They knew I was scared. You know, they knew I was scared. But this is my real reaction after ziplining. And again, this is in Mexico with Nehemiah and his team.
Wait till we get to the end. This is gonna be so funny. Put your feet up.
I had my eyes closed the whole time.
I'm done. All right, I did it. I don't need no more. No, I don't need no more. I'm good. Yeah, good stuff, man. Unleash me. Take me out of this. Oh, man.
I was scared as hell, you guys. I was scared as hell. Then this is one more clip that I'm going to show you. I don't know what this is. Oh, but this is when me and my wife got to Mexico. And I just wanted to record this because this was the first time that I ever had. As soon as you get out the elevator, you got the sign. People wait. Like, Nehemiah was first class everything. As soon as you get off the flight, they had, you know, people holding up the signs to take you to your car, right? Everything was first class, man. Now here's the last thing that I want to show you. This is when me and Nehemiah and some of the brothers in the mastermind was dancing. You know, like, we had a great time out there in Mexico, man. This is an experience I'll never, ever forget. But now these people know me by name. So,
Oh, well, he can crack me up when he dancing.
I don't really want to play it because if I play it, then it might track the audio. So that basically completes this video. Now, I showed you all of that to take you through the journey of investing in myself. You know, if you're afraid to invest in yourself, you got to understand that, you know, that is what's going to stop you from getting to the next level of your life, period. You know, I too was afraid to invest in myself. I too did not know what was going to happen, but I too did not want to go back and continue to live the same exact way that I was living. So I created this video again to show you that I'm not just someone that's talking on camera like most people. I am someone that's investing in myself and doing the things to take my life and my business to another level. So if you're in a situation and you're still watching this video and you want to be able to get a business built from scratch, whether that's e-commerce, whether that's a digital product business, or you want to get a funnel created, whatever it is, you can contact me below. If you want to know just how to make your first $500 to $1,000 online starting off, you can click the link below, and I have an email. I have a free training down there that I can send you. If you want to get full instruction on exactly how to do digital marketing and you want access to 8 done for you digital products, then click the link below and get Digital Wealth Academy. Either way, either you are going to be the person to hold yourself back, or you are going to be the person to fight through and make it happen. So, hey, I hope you enjoyed this video. My apologies for it being a little longer than normal, but I had to get all of this information out to you, and there's no way that I could do that in 5 minutes. So, enjoy this video. I'll see you on the next one. Contact me if you need help with your business. I'll see you on the next video. Peace.